One. Shalom, Mr. Limit Editor God, back with another video. You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title. In today's video, man, we're going to be talking about a 49-year-old homeless social worker who was killed by a homeless person she was actually trying to help. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into this video. But before we do, make sure to smash the subscribe button. Go ahead and hit the like on this video and go in the comment section and type in the word E-Team. The first person I see type in the word E-Team in the comment section, I will pin your comments at the top of the comment section for everyone to see as a thank you for your support of the channel. Alright, let's go ahead and get into this. So, people jogging in the park over in Pasadena, they see something unusual. What they saw was a dead body. They go ahead and phone it into the police, and the police come out, identify that person as Elena Ledford. Now, there's some background on Elena Ledford, man. So she's a 49-year-old woman. She's a mother of a 14-year-old daughter, and she also works for an organization called Union Station Homeless Services. She's basically an outreach specialist. She's been with that company for around 3 years. So she's doing a little outreach. A lot of people from that company, you know, or that organization, do outreach at a local park over in Pasadena, California. So she went to the park. She was doing some outreach. She went to go meet who police believe is her killer, a man named Adrien Robert Casey. Now, Adrien Robert Casey, man, he's a younger character, only 26 years old. However, man, he has a very extensive criminal history. So in his 26 years of life, man, he in 2012 was arrested for a concealed dagger. He was arrested in 2015 for battery and assault. A family member pulled out a restraining order against him, and he then went to their house, broke into their house, shot off multiple rounds from his handgun, and then went into a standoff with the SWAT team. Yet and still, he's out on the street roaming once again. So he has a very extensive criminal history, and he's the #1 suspect in the murder of Elena Ledford, right? Now, the autopsy basically reported that Elena Ledford died from multiple stab wounds, and again, this man was, again, in 2012 arrested for a concealed dagger, so it kind of fits his criminal history. And I feel like that's a super tragic way to die, is to be stabbed multiple times, because you don't just die instantly. You got to bleed out, and you got to suffer and feel that pain. You got to think about all the decisions that you made before you die, man. I think that's super tragic. And you know what I mean? I think that's a real sick individual, whoever did commit this murder, if it was Adrien Robert Casey or not. So as far as Adrien Robert Casey right now, man, he is in jail in Arizona. He actually was on parole, and he was outside of his limitations. I believe he was outside in Arizona. The Arizona police caught him and arrested him for violation of parole, and now they're trying to extradite him back to California, so I guess he can stand trial, or they can do whatever they need to do to try to get him arrested for the murder that he committed. Get into my opinions of this situation. First and foremost, man, why is this man out on the streets? He's clearly mentally ill, and he has a tendency to commit very violent crimes. Why was this man out on the street? If this man was one of the people that they released during this whole overcrowding of the jails because of the COVID, wanted to stop it being a super spreader, if he was one of those people that was released, the blood of this murder goes in the hands of Governor Newsom, as well as the LA County Sheriff, Alex Villanova. I believe that's how you say his last name. Because this man should not have been out on the streets roaming around freely. After the type of crimes that he's committed, and he has a tendency. I mean, he's been getting into crime since 2012, probably even before that. You know what I mean? They're only gonna they only released his like his adult criminal history. Again, 26 years old, man. He's a known criminal in the state of California. I'd like to understand how he got out of jail. That's my first opinion on this topic. Second, it's tragic that she was actually doing what she thought was good and trying to help the homeless people and trying to get them back on their feet. You know, she was working with the organization for 3 years, so she felt she was doing a lot of good in this world, and that's also what took her out. And it's super sad because now she left in this world a 14-year-old daughter. You know what I mean? And we don't know the daughter's situation. We don't know if her dad is there to take care of her. I hope and pray that she has family members that will be around to take her in, instead of having to go to like a foster home or something like that, because that would really suck. But again, I wonder now how the daughter is going to feel about these homeless people now that basically one of them has taken her mom away from her, and she's only 14 years old, and that's super sad because she hasn't even done that many stuff. She hasn't done that much stuff in life. You know what I mean? She hasn't even got her driver's license. She hasn't even graduated high school. Her mom's not going to be around to see that anymore, and that's what's super tragic to me. Now, my whole point on talking about this story and bringing this up is the fact that, you know, how many other Adrien Robert Caseys do we have camping inside of our parks? You know, I've shown this in multiple videos. I go to multiple parks: Echo Park, MacArthur Park. I go into Lafayette Park, and there's homeless people camping inside there. How do we know there's not another Adrien Robert Casey inside that park? You know what I mean? Who has a tendency to commit violent crimes, and they can just look for a victim or scout a victim out, and that be another murder. You know, how do we know we don't have another Adrien Robert Casey camped out in front of our kids' schools? You know what I mean? Or even worse, you know, he can be not only a murderer, but a pedophile or anything like that. How do we know we don't have another Adrien Robert Casey camped out in front of our schools? How do we know we don't have another Adrien Robert Casey camped out in our neighborhoods? You know, and these are conversations that people need to begin to talk about and to speak about and voice their concern about, because it's not safe to have a bunch of unknown strangers sitting outside your house, sitting inside of our parks, sitting outside of our schools, because we don't know what these people are, what these people are capable of doing, and why they're out on the street in the first place. So there's a lot of people who are in my comment section and they hate me because I film the homeless, and they say, oh, you're gonna get stabbed, you're gonna get shot, you're gonna get this, I hope this happens to you. You know what I mean? You suck, F you, things like that. But this one was doing everything you guys wanted me to do. She's working for the organization. She's not filming anything. You know what I mean? She's out there doing what she believes is good, and she was murdered. You know what I mean? At the age of 49 years old. You know what I mean? So, and now she has a daughter that's left in the world to fend for herself. You know, so once again, there's no safe play in life. You can just be doing anything. You know, so I feel like taking a risk is worth it. You know what I mean? To document this and to start these different conversations up. But I want to know what you guys think, man. How do you guys feel about this whole situation? Do you feel like this is just an isolated incident, or do you feel like this happens more often than not, but it's just not reported very often? So that's the story, man, about Elena Ledford, a 49-year-old homeless service worker who was actually killed by a homeless person, man. That's super tragic. Now stay tuned at the end of this video. I'm going to be shouting out an affiliate that I'm working for, so go ahead and watch it out before the end of this video. But go ahead and leave a like on this video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel and go ahead and check out this clip about this affiliate company. Peace. Right now, having a stockpile of food is more critical than any time in modern history. With store shelves being cleared out at the slightest hint of a lockdown, you need to have some food stockpiled in your cabinet. Now, I personally recommend Backpacker's Pantry because everything has a vibration, including the food that you eat. Backpacker's Pantry is one of the only companies in the survival food space that offers vegan, gluten-free meals packaged up in BPA-free pouches. Cooking these meals are super easy. Boil 2 cups of water, pour it into the pouch, and in 15 to 20 minutes, you will have a fully rehydrated meal ready to go. To purchase Backpacker's Pantry and to support the No Limit Eddie channel, click the link in my description. There's going to be a link that says Backpacker's Pantry. You click that, it's going to take you to a site called Survival Frog. I am an affiliate for Survival Frog, so if you order anything on that website through my link, I will get a commission. So it's a great way to get some stuff that you and your family will need, while also supporting a channel that you enjoy watching. So go ahead and click that link, purchase the Backpacker's Pantry food or anything else on Survival Frog through my link today, and support my channel while also getting some awesome items.